Mr. Young Trader, it is Thursday morning. So we'll take a look here at crude oil, WTI, and Brent. We'll take a look at natural gas, and gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. All right, this video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation by selling stock market ETF. If you'd like to subscribe, thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, WTI. Now you can see here how we have a nice higher high again today. Boom, look at how nice this 8 day is holding. Okay, she's a beaut, and she crossed the 50-day, crossed the 21-day, and now we're looking like we're going higher. Now, we have two big upside targets going on right here. We got the 21-day here on the weekly. This is your big upside target right there at 87.39. Okay, then your next big target is going to be this 100-day at 88.24. Okay, those are going to be two nice targets. Now, get above that, well, we can come right here to this 90 area, but realistically, what we're looking for is the retest of that 93.50. Okay, now here on the downside, what we're looking for, the key level is going to be this 8 day at 83.74. That's going to be your key support level. You look how nice it's been holding. Okay, now if we start to lose that level, then right here, 82.71. And then what we want to do is we want to come right down here to this 80.65. That's the 8 day on the weekly chart. And then we have 79.11. There's your 50-day. And then we come down here to the 77.27 level. Then we have 74.87. Okay, we have 74.73. Then we come down to your 74 level. Okay, very, very easy, very, very simple. However, this is what we're watching right here today is this 8 day. Now, when that price gets above the 8 day, just like it does here, okay, it rides it right up. When we start losing it, well, then that's a whole different story again. Okay, so this is where when you start losing the 8 day, okay, price is below, can't get above right here. See, can't get below, can't get above. But when we get above it, that becomes extremely good support. So we have very, very good trading here going on because we're going to have that 87.39 on the high side, and we're going to have that 88.24 is going to be next, and then we can have that retest of 93.50 level. Okay, again, just watch that 8 day and watch that 21 day. Very, very key. If we lose it, we have the 8 day there, and we have that 50 day. Now, here we here on the RSI, got plenty of room to run here. This is just starting. This hasn't even started yet, and this is looking very, very good. So once we crack those two levels, 93.50, that's going to be your big target. Now, one thing I don't like about it is yesterday the SPR came out there, and now you're down to only 293 million barrels in the SPR. That is like not good. That has been like since the early 80s. I think it was 83 kind of situation. So this is what you call not good. And that Straits of Hormuz, I mean, that thing's still closed. There's no deal going on here with Iran. There's nothing. So this could be a really, really big problem going forward. We cracked that 93.50 level here. This is what we're looking for, was at 93.64. Okay, you can see we came in, okay, within 14 cents. Next level is going to be right there. It's going to be that 95.47. And then we could climb all the way up here, back up to that 97 level. Very, very easily kind of a situation, okay? But again, we have to just watch that 21-day and that key 100-day. But for me, UCO here is the trade looking very, very nice. Okay, I'm going to take a look here now at Brent crude. Okay, here we have Brent crude. Now I can see Brent crude is really ripping up here. Okay, so this is that 21-day that we were watching. Okay, yesterday, what did we do? Is we came right into that 100-day and then it stopped at cold. Okay, so this is what we're watching now on the downside. Here's your support level is that 92.81. Okay, and then what we have here is 92.24. Those are your key levels there of support. We start losing that, then we'll be looking for this 8 day. Okay, looking at that 90.08. We'll look at the 21-day. At 88.19, then we come down here to your 86.12 level, then we come down to your 83 level, and then we have all the way down here to your 82 level. Okay, then we come right down to that 79 level. But right now, we're tracking up with that 8 day, and now we're cracking above. This is what we're waiting for WTI to do, to crack above the 21-day and crack above that 100-day. Now, today so far, we hit this high here of 94.07. What we're looking for is the bottom of this candle right here. This is at 94.15, so you're pretty close. Okay, so that's your gap fill. So while now we are into this gap, now we want to fill that gap. Now we get crack above it. Here's your target is 102.01. That's going to be your target. Okay, so when we look to the left of the chart here, you had 102.16. You came in within 15 cents. Then we crack above that. It's 103 level here. Then we're going to come up here. We're going to be at that 106.35. We venture up there at that 109 level, and then we have 111. We come up here 112, and then we can venture all the way back up to that 115 level. Okay, very, very easy because now we have this uptrending situation. So we had this downtrend, high, and lower high. Okay, we broke that downtrend, and now we're cracking up here, and now it looks like we're going to retest this 102 level. 60, plenty of room to run. This is looking very good. This is looking good, and this is looking good. So for me, BNO, that's my trade here because I am on the long side. I have no interest on the short side here because I don't see any kind of a deal even close remotely in the process here. Okay, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Okay, now natural gas here yesterday was a very, very good trade. It has been for this last couple, 3 days here. Very, very nice. All I'm doing is scalping UNG, I mean. Okay, UNG. Okay, so we came down here. We got to this bottom here at 2.63. And why did it stop there? All you got to do look right here. What do you have? 2.63. Okay, never made it to the 261. Then what we did is we have a nice, good, higher high. Okay, popped it right on up. Got above the 8-day and the 21-day. Yesterday we had, look at old sticky up here. Okay, so we got up to that 287. All we have to do is look right here to the 8-day, right there. Boom, popped right in there. Didn't even make it to the 21-day at 291. Then she came down. Okay, now what we have is we have this topping tail. Okay, that's never good. And now we have this here, this nice, good red candle. Now, what we really need to hold is on the downside, we got to hold 275. Next level there is 274. That's going to be very, very key. We have to hold that situation. If not, we come down here again. Okay, 271. You got 269. We can go down to that 263 and then 261. Okay, so let's just see how this shakes out. But I never want to see that topping tail. That's why from natural gas, all I do is trade it. I don't like buy and hold this. Now, again, we start getting above all these levels here, like they say that 200-day or this 50-day. Yes, then I'll hold it, take a little bit longer hold because we have all the way up here at that 373 level. Okay, now. When we look here from last year in the past, looking here at the September area, then we started rolling right on up there. And again, we had that sell-off here, just like we got here. But remember, when by the time December came, we were up in the fives, which could be a total, almost like a double situation for the natural gas. So don't have any opinion. We just want to trade these charts. Okay, now on the upside, well, we're watching right here. We're watching that 286 level, 87. And then we'll be watching that 291 level. Then we're watching 295, and then we'll come right up there at 299. Now we get above that, we have a little bit of breathing room there to that 335 level and 337 level. But right now, this is just basically a trade. Now we have good positive divergence going here. Okay, so you have a low and a lower low. Okay, you have a low and a higher low. Good positive divergence going there. So again, this is just, this is basically a trade. The green is over red. That's looking good. This is sideways action, and this has plenty of room to run. But always look at that weekly chart because a lot of times, where your resistance is, if you don't have it here on a daily, we're going to have it right there on the old weekly. So again, this is a trade, and just watch this key level. That's 74 right here. Okay, that 8-day and that 21-day. We need to hold that. If not, we're going to go lower. We'll come right down to this area, that 271, and maybe down to that 69, and maybe retest this whole situation. Okay, so that's what we have to look at. Okay, all right. So let's take a look here now at gold. Alrighty, here we have gold. Now, the key level here yesterday, we say we popped right on here, was right here, this 200 SMA. Because you can see here, look at it. See how it held it? Held it, held it, held it. Now, what did I say yesterday? Okay, if it breaks above that 200-day and it comes down and retests this and holds this, this could be a really good buying opportunity to take it to that 49.17 level. Okay, so again, we have one big candle which took out all of that strong resistance. Okay, now all we have to do is retest this. As long as we hold this key 200-day right here, you're golden. Okay, so GLD is a trade here on the long side. Now, if we start losing that key level, that 45.16, well, then we're going to have to start looking at 44.65 here. We got to look right back on the weekly here at 44.17 and 44.25. These are all the key that we really is a must hold. I like this 8-day. See how that's rolling up here now? Looking very, very good. And then we also have that 100-day all the way down at 44.13. But if we hold that 200-day, that could take us right up here again and smash again through yesterday's high and then take it up here to this next level, which is going to be right here, okay, at 46.27. Another big level, 47.83, and then right up there to that 49.17. Okay, so right now this is looking very, very bullish. Okay, very, very bullish, and we have that breakout of that really, really strong 200-day resistance level. Okay, so this is actually looking very good. So just be patient with this. We hold that 200-day buying opportunity to take that bad boy higher. Now at 64, this is just shown as very, very strong. The green is still over your red. This is just starting, and this is looking very, very good. The key is it's got to hold that key 200-day, and we have to hold this 50-day, and we want to hold that 21-day here by Friday, which is tomorrow, and then we want to hold that 8-day. That's the key, is holding these simple moving averages, especially this 200-day, because that could be a buying opportunity to take it right back up. Okay, let's take a look at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Now, silver is not as good as what gold is, but you know, it's working like a circus monkey here. Okay, this is the key, is this 8-day. Okay, so look at here, couldn't get through, couldn't get through, couldn't get through, and now here we are again. Okay, so this is your key level, 67.14. We have to get above that. Next level is going to be right there, 68.64. Once we get above that level, then we have this 68.87. Once we get up there, then we have a little bit of breathing room here to that 71.29. But once we get above there, your big target is right here at 90 bucks. Now, for me, I'm just scalping SLV, okay, because I think it's a really, really good trader. No matter what we have kind of a situation, it always seems to be giving you something every day, and that's what I like about it, okay? Now, we crack that 71.29 level, okay, then here's your next level right there, okay? 71.65. Come up here. You got 74.35. We'll come up there at 77.35, and it would come here 79.25. We looked right to the left, 83.24, and then there's a big boy at 90.10, which is basically right here. Now we're still in this downtrend. See, high, lower high, lower high, lower high, until we start cracking above that 21-day. That'll give us started, but realistically, you got to get above this 200-day, then we go higher. Now downside, well, we got to hold this 8-day. That's going to be very, very key. 65.40, that's going to be very, very crucial. Then we have 62.02, we have 61.22, and we have right here 61.62. So everything is right here. This here we want to hold, make sure that we hold by Friday. That's very, very key. Okay, but right now here, this is actually looking very, very good here to go higher. But that 50-day is strong. Once we crack that, then we can go from level to level to level. All right, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin looking very, very good. Now, I've been pointing out here, okay, for a long time, probably boring the hell out of everybody. I know I was boring the hell out of myself, okay, because he had a double bottom here, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The right shoulder carried out, but what this does here is consolidation. And what it does is it builds energy. And when she cracks, okay? Just like here, here's a perfect example on the weekly. Came right on down here, okay, and we went sideways consolidation. When she cracked, boom, right to the bottom. Then she sideways consolidation. When she cracked, boom, right to the bottom. Now we're cracking up here to the top. Now, yesterday you can see here how we went right above here to this 100 SMA here, okay, and then we closed right below, okay. And then what it is this 21-day, okay, we held right there at that 21-day. Now we're breaking up. So where's your next big target? Right here, 76,233. Okay, now I'm long BITX. Okay. I got my trading shares, and then I got long-term shares because I always think that Bitcoin is going to have its day again. Eventually, they'll get back interested into this, and then we're going to go higher. Now, the key to this here is we got to get here at 76,233. Then we have to see what the reaction is once you get there. If you can crack that open, then this is what we're looking for right here is 81,795. Okay, then we get above that. We're looking for the retest at 83,215. And then here we have your 100-day at 89,133. Now, if we start cracking above that, well, then your next target is just bring that price channel right across. You're looking at 98,200. Okay, very, very, very easy, very simple. Okay, then you can work yourself all the way up here. You got 107,900 level, and then we just go 110 level. Okay, then we come bring this price channel across there. We have 116, and you work yourself back up to the 127. But I like to show you can go. Let's not get too excited here because now we are getting to an overbought condition here. This is good, and this is good. Now, when you look at this chart, okay, it looks like I've been showing. We have positive divergence going on here. See, we have a high, a low, and a lower low, low, and a higher low. The same thing here, okay? So you always want to take those into consideration, okay? So I figure long time, as this is spinning, going on, spinning here, sideways action. Of course, it was a really good trade, just scalping BITX. But now we have this nice good move going, and we're going to be looking right here for that 76,232. And then we'll be looking right here, get above that at 81,793. But remember, there's still a lot of resistance here. I don't think this is going to go right to 127 instantly. This is going to be over a matter of time, because a lot of times we can hit that 200-day, then she comes on down. Now, support. Okay, we're looking right here, 69,033. That's going to be key, and we're looking for right here, 69,177. Those are your two key levels of support. That's a must-hold situation. Okay, so if it comes down here, say to sell right back down here and holds that, that could be another good buying opportunity to take it right back up again. Okay, just like the gold with the 200-day. Okay, now the 8-day crossed over here, looking very, very good. Okay, 21-day, I'm moving on up here, and the 8-day curling up. So this is all looking very, very good. But watch this key level here, 69,177 on the downside, and watch this key level right there at 69,033. Those are your two key levels. But right now, I'm just long and strong on the BITX, and I'm looking right there for this 76,232. Okay, let's take a look here now at Ethereum. Okay, now I don't trade Ethereum, but my buddy Jet, he likes to trade Ethereum, and he's killing it. Okay, now this is pretty much the same chart. Okay, we had that double bottom situation there, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverse head and shoulders pattern, sideways consolidation, building energy. Okay, now we cracked right around here, right above it, got above that 100-day, and then look where we are today. But where did it go? This is what I'm telling you, like on Bitcoin, where did it go and where did it stop? Okay, 23.47, that was the mark. Now, if we can get above all that there, then we're going to be coming looking for right here. Okay, we'll be looking for that 24.72 and 24. If I can get that 200-day, I can slide him in there. Okay, he's at about 25, about 25.10. Okay, so right here about that 2,500 mark, this is that 200-day. Now, you got to be very, very careful if it does crack this 200-day and get to this 200-day, because look at here what we had in the past. Okay, very, very strong. But look how nice this blasted right on up. Now, here on the downside, well, we're going to be starting watching here. We're going to be looking for yesterday's high, that 22.49 level. Today's low, 22.27. Then we have all the way down here that is a must hold of that 1997 level. And then we have your 8-day sitting at 1984 and your 21-day at 1930 level. And then we have right here, okay, 1988. Okay, so as long as we're holding that, we're breaking this downtrend now. See how we had this high, lower high, lower high, and lower high. Now we're breaking this downtrend, but the key is going to be getting right back above here, roughly that 2,500 mark. That's going to be key. But first of all, we have to get above the 200-day. See, this is why you trade the charts, because I say when you're down here, this is what your big target is, like on Bitcoin. Watch that 200-day, because this is what we get. We'll come right into it. A lot of times it will not break through that on the first try. Majority of the time, it just will not. Okay, so right now here, we're getting to an overbought situation. This is still looking pretty good here. This is looking good, and this is looking very, very good here. So I'm looking here for that 2,500 mark. This is what we're looking for. That could be very, very key. Okay, so very, very nice situation that we're looking for. Okay, but let's see what the reaction is when it keeps right on going. If it keeps right on going, that's the thing. Now, if we can crack above all of this levels, okay, we crack above all that, then we have right here 26.21, your 100-day at 27.66. Okay, once we clear that, then we're going to come all the way to the top of this candle, 30.45 level. We can come up to this level right there. You're looking at 34.19, and then we just work yourself all the way back up to this situation here, 41.42, and back all the way up here to that 48.80. Okay, but we have to get through the 200-day, the 50-day, the 100-day in order to do that. But first, right here, watch that 200-day before we got to crack that in order to go higher. All right, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here end of the day. We'll do it all over again. Now remember, there's going to be a lot of earnings coming out here, so you got to really, really pay attention to what's going on here. Now the 20th, we got the Walmart, okay, and that's going to come out this morning, and that's going to be a big tell on the old consumer. So that's what we have to be very careful and take care. Remember, all that news that comes out here, that's going to affect the crude oil situation. Remember, natural gas, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30. All right, trade what's in front of you. Now what you want.